What's up, everybody? Today I want to talk about a book that I recently read called The Art of Living. And it was written by Thich Nhat Hanh. He was a Vietnamese Zen Buddhist monk. He was a teacher, a poet, and a peace activist. And they used to call him Thai, which is teacher in Vietnamese. After reading this book, I realized I'm already following the path of the Buddha in many ways, and you might be as well. So this book has opened my eyes and just made me want to become a better person. And I'm not going to get into a lot of the details of the book, but I'm going to kind of break it down on really how simple Buddhism really is. In this book, it can be read by a kid or an adult. I mean, people of all ages can really understand the ideas of Buddhism. So Thich Nhat Hanh, he says spirituality is not a religion, it's a way of life. And I really like that because you can be a Christian or a Jew, whatever your religion is, and you can still practice a lot of the meditations of the Buddha. Let's get into this. What is Buddhism? And there's many different schools and teachings of Buddhism. But to make this as simple as possible, the way I understand it is a good introduction would be the Four Noble Truths. And what are the Four Noble Truths? Number one, suffering. We all suffer to some extent. Number two, identify the suffering. What are the root causes of the suffering? A lot of that's going to be negative emotions, fear, anger, guilt, just wrong view, wrong perceptions, blaming others, those types of things. Number three, there is a way to seize the suffering or stop the suffering. And the fourth noble truth, sure, you want to say, this is great. You're going to be on YouTube. I won't put you on there if you don't want to. And the fourth noble truth is going to be basically to take action to stop the suffering. And this is going to be to reach nirvana. There is a path. And what is the path? The path is the Eightfold Path. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'm just going to kind of maybe weave in and out of some of the ideas, but I'm still learning a lot of this. And I don't want to confuse you guys. But and back to nirvana, this is interesting because I had always thought that to reach nirvana, this is something you do after you die. And this is not true according to Thich Nhat Hanh. Nirvana can be reached right now. And nirvana is when you end the suffering. So that's very important to note that. And how do you end the suffering besides following the steps that I just outlined? Basically, it's when you can break those attachments. You don't need anything else. We have the conditions to live a happy life right now. When you have no fear of death, you're not thinking of the past, you're not thinking of the future, when you can live in the here and now and be present, that's how you reach nirvana. And so that's the simplest way I can explain the Four Noble Truths. That's how I understand it anyway. But now I'm gonna kind of just talk about how I'm living my daily life very similar to a Buddhist in many ways, and I've already been doing this. So mindful living is essentially what you want to be doing. You want to be mindful in every moment of your life, which mindful walking. Walking is my favorite activity. I do it every day as often as possible. Walking makes me happy. I listen to the birds. I pay attention to the blue sky, the clouds, the trees. mindful eating. This is something that I'm doing as well. It just seems like we always have something going on in the background. I do. I'm guilty of it. I'm always watching YouTube. I like to soak up as much information as possible, but at least once a week, I'll just have a full meal where I listen to nothing and, just pay attention to your food, every bite that you take, smell the food, take your time preparing the food. Don't rush in your day-to-day activities. I'm learning to slow down, and I'm always in a hurry. I'm guilty for that as well, but I'm learning to slow down a little bit, take my time when I'm washing my dishes, be mindful when you're washing your dishes. So mindful walking, mindful eating, everything you do, just try to be mindful, be thankful and grateful. Another key element to Buddhism is show compassion to others, which I kind of try to do that anyway, because I've always had the view that, yes, I have problems, but other people have much bigger problems. Everybody's got problems they're dealing with. Behind that smile, people got issues. So I try to really understand that. And I try not to be hard on people. You want to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt. So show compassion. And those are just a lot of the things that I'm doing. And I've really been selling a lot of my items. If you've been following me, you kind of know that. And breaking the attachment of a lot of those things actually does feel liberating. I want less things. Yes, I still want to make enough money for a good life, but we're always chasing things. And most of the time, what we have in this moment is all we really need to be happy. I've been doing a lot of mindful breathing as well. And meditation can kind of feel like a chore sometimes for me. And so I just stopped doing it. But a good way to stay consistent is what Thich Nhat Hanh would do, and I've been doing this lately, is you can set a little bell timer on your phone. Set it for whatever you want. I set mine for once an hour, once a half hour, it just kind of depends. Whenever that bell goes off, just stop and close your eyes, whatever you're doing, stop and take 3 mindful breaths. And just focus on your breathing as much as possible. And you'll feel better. I feel better after it. So just try to do those little things throughout the course of the day. And even at the end of the night when I'm stretching, I'm always very mindful of my breathing. When I'm walking on the trail, I'm always thinking about my breathing. Belly breathing is very important. That's a good way to calm the nervous system. So a lot of these things I was already a pretty happy person to begin with, but there's something to the Buddhism and the breathing and living in the here and the now. And the more I dive into this, the less possessions I want, the less attachment to things that I want. And there's no way that thousands of these Buddhist monks just live a very simple, joyful life. We live in a very materialistic world, and it's pretty evil. It can grab hold of people, that's for sure. So it's time to maybe stop chasing things that we really don't need and just feel grateful for the things that we do have, and maybe try to help others that could use a smile. So that's my insight to Buddhism. I want to talk about this stuff more in the future. I read some Buddhism pretty much every night from Thich Nhat Hanh. He has a lot of books. So I'll talk about some of his other ideas and subjects in the future, because I just enjoy his writing style, and I think you should check out his book, The Art of Living. So I hope you guys enjoy this content. Stay well, everybody. Peace.